Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Endless Legend, where we have a choice to make here. We got to pick a victory condition here at this moment. Turn 124 is late to be doing that, but we have a lot of information about our situation now, about the situation of the world. One of the most important pieces of information that we have is that Green is currently at war with everybody. Pink and Green did go to war, so I have some hope that some headway will be made. I don't know exactly what's going on between Pink and Green, but I assume that Pink has an impressive military because they're... no, they do not. How on earth are you playing necrophages, and you got to eat an entire player, and you only have this much military? I mean, I'm saying only this much military. To be fair, this is 100,000 points of military here. They're at 80,000. And Green has, apparently, 589,000 arbitrary military points. I believe this number is cobbled together from the combined stats of all of your troops. And I don't know if they're all equally weighted. So really, we don't know what this number means. This number jumped up a lot after they researched Serum of Ateru, of course, and they've been building troops this whole time. But the fact that they're at war with everybody gives me some hope, at least, that they won't be able to take anything from Green. Or from Blue, fingers crossed. So we have to decide whether we think we can reasonably win a science victory. And we're not that far off of being able to start on the... no, we're pretty far off. We're, like, really far off. We have to decide whether we think we can win a science victory faster than Green can complete theirs, since we know they didn't go for difference engine, which gives us an edge. Or, if our best victory condition might be to support Blue in their endeavors and get ourselves an allied victory. One of the things I'm thinking on that is that maybe we get into the final era and we don't think we can research all the stuff fast enough. We just get endless alloys and then we trade it to them. That's a possibility. But I think every version of this involves allying with Blue. Hell, I'd ally with Pink too if we could. So, to that end, I spent some time fiddling around in the diplomatic menus. This is the cheapest deal that works. It costs 819 influence to propose, but it gives them some stuff that they actually do need. We'd be passing them industrial processing. Imperial funding is like whatever. Some of this stuff doesn't help them that much. Endless mechanisms and industrial processing, though, are real, actual assistance for their goal. So, I feel like I'm at least helping a little bit here. And then they just want resources. 819 influence is 2 turns away, or I bet we could get it down to 1 with the population we have now. And I think it behooves us to get this done as quickly as possible, because we really, really don't want the situation on the ground to change materially, if you know what I'm saying. I do not want them deciding over the course of the next couple of turns that maybe it wouldn't be such a good idea to ally with you. So our stock with them is about as high as it's getting right now. Let's just make sure this happens. And I'm gonna put the whole empire, I guess, on influence for a turn. We'll get this deal done for sure, even if the terms change a little bit, and we'll bank up a little bit of influence for ourselves, which we may need. I'm not 100% sure that the game will last that long. Wow, we can produce 600 influence a turn if we really focus. That's pretty cool. So they are currently showing... I can't remember if this is the turn when we got the notification that they started the temple, or if it was last turn. The Wonder Victory box does now show the progress toward completing the building of the Wonder. So we'll keep an eye on this. It says 1% now. Let's see what it's at next turn. And with that, I think we're ready to pass the turn. Oh, I should talk about techs a little bit too. So if we're thinking we're actually going to go for a science victory, we have to change our tech decisions. Like, we can't not take scientific specialization. We have to have that. I think that state-approved theater is actually less important now that we've bought a lot of... We've got access to the resource marketplace, so we can, like, buy ourselves a lot of approval. So, hold on. Let's just clear our tech queue. Let's unqueue all the things here. So we're going to need 3 more techs beyond the one we're researching now. No, sorry. 2 more techs beyond the one we're researching now. This has to be one of them. After that, we'll be at 8 of 9. And then the 9th one probably should be Arts Council or Imperial News Network. And I actually don't know which one of these is better. I still want to get Marvelous Alloys, because there's a version of this where green troops end up on my shore, and like we have to be able to fight them. I do not think it is reasonable to not take Marvelous Alloys. But then we got to get Scientific Specialization and then something. So my total empire-wide population, like... Let's have a look at some of our largest cities. Like, okay, Manavin's not a good example because Manavin doesn't have its Imperial funding finished yet. Although, I think I'm comfortable just buying this. Yeah, let's just have that done. But like, where's the city that does? Asdarcha. So in Asdarcha, we're producing 384 science per turn. If we move everybody over, the number jumps up by almost 200. Sorry, 348, not 384. Over 200. It would be another +2, so it would be about 50 extra science, the 10% science bonus, or we would get +2 per citizen. So yeah, it's the 10% science is better in the city that is sort of the model that we're going for. Okay, Arts Council it is. We do have some percentage bonuses that will be fed by Imperial News Network as a flat value, better than by a 10% bonus, which is certainly going to stack additively with our existing percentage bonuses, but I still think this is right. Okay, right now we're fervent by a bunch. Let's try to have to try to keep that going. Alright, also. Apparently, I am told, you are allowed to teleport into a place where combat is happening, despite the fact that you cannot move units into a place where combat is happening, which seems like it shouldn't be the case. Right? Like, the fact that you can't move units into an area where a combat is happening serves an important organizational purpose, and I think for those same reasons you should not be able to teleport into an area where combat is happening. It seems a little silly to me. But apparently that's what happened here. It's not a bug. That's supposed to be that way. Okay, I guess. So, with our army standing right here, it's not easy for them to punish me, because they can't stand in any of the spaces adjacent to me to attack me. But if I move back a space, they will be able to run through this village to stand next to us to attack us. And I have every expectation that Green would completely ignore Blue's armies to attack me. So, we're going to stay right here. Hopefully Blue's not going to hang me out to dry by moving out of that space without moving something else into it. Also, we have another army over here. Oh, you guys are just headed to the shore. Yep, okay. Keep moving. So I don't know yet what our plan is, actually. But I think every version of the plan involves me building all of the science buildings that I have access to in all of the places that I can do that in. We have some burrows here now. It's probably, at this point, reasonable to get the alchemy lab up. We need production lines too. I don't have time, man. We're very busy. Alright, so we're going to push hard on science and hopefully either be able to help ourselves or someone else win the game. Keep an eye on what's going on down here, I guess. We did some good damage down here. Hopefully Blue will be able to take Jagarak with my assistance. And also, hopefully, Blue will actually go for this alliance. If we can ally up with Blue and we can help them win the game, I will feel comfortable counting that as, hey, we finally won with the Vaulters. Half a victory plus half a victory is one whole victory. I can do math. Alright, so they're gonna lose that battle. No! Oh, they just retreated. Right, that makes sense. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get back in the water, I guess? Yeah. Hey, get in the... Okay. Going to ignore my orders to get back in the water. Well, obviously, we have to retreat and lose some units here because my orders were not obeyable. Well, we only lost one Marine. The Lore Master should probably start moving toward Inspirational Leader. We definitely don't need Cultural Ambassador in that city of all cities. So, yeah, start the long walk up toward the next meaningful skill point. The Titan bones have ended, and we don't have enough to rerun them. Okay, let us talk to Blue. So his opinion on this alliance changed by that much over the course of that turn. Because I helped fight his enemies, which he hates? Jesus, that's a lot of extra approval that we have to make up. Alright, hold up. Why did he gain that much hatred for me over that turn? All I did was conduct combat against his enemies. So, okay, he would like some of our Palladian. It looks like it's going to have to be like one more tech, but a tech he actually wants. Okay, yeah, like that. Sure, that's a good one for him. And then a bunch of Palladian will do it. We can certainly afford to give him a bunch of Palladian. Let's give him as little as we can. But he increased his hatred by us enough that we cannot pay the cost of the more expensive deal. Man. How close am I? 40. Okay. What if we pulled Borough Government and replaced it with other resources? Let's give him... How much Mithrite are we pulling per turn? 7? You know what? Fine. All of the Mithrite. And then also something else. Basically all of my Titanium. How about... Is there anything else he would do? He would do it for a bunch of wine. He would do it for all my pearls. The Titanium is the least painful thing to give him. How much are we bringing in per turn on that? Also 7. The thing is, we're going to need more titanium because the science buildings we're building are pretty titanium heavy. We can buy more titanium from the market. Yeah, alright. Let's give him as little titanium as possible. I'm way more comfortable giving him mithrite than I am titanium. Which is a weird situation, but I think it's the situation that we're in. Okay, so we're going to give him as little as possible. There's the offer. Okay, he took it immediately. Good. So... that does a couple of things for us. Number 1, it helps tie us to his victory condition. Number 2, it gives me actual ability to move around in his land, which is great. And number 3, it gives me vision of all of his stuff so I can know exactly how the war is going and where I can provide some positive pressure for him. It looks like the best way to contribute to this war is going to be to get back on land. We'll run over here and we'll help defend his cities against the push. Honestly, this is pretty bad, though. This is a lot of very high stat enemies. We may have killed Blue by getting him into this war, and if that's the case, it almost certainly means the Green wins. Unless Pink can make some headway, hopefully Pink will actually attack him. I should check. Pink is only at war with Green, right? Okay, good. Yeah, my concern there is that Pink might have also declared war on Blue because they're necrophages and they love war. And if they did that, it could be real awkward for us because they would probably start taking Blue's stuff as Blue got weakened by the war. And alright, we have a lot of troops coming in. We have boarding vessels to help attack their stuff in the water. Yeah, Blue's naval control of the strait here is going to make it really hard for them to reinforce. Unfortunately, they got 2 full health armies on shore in a way that I can't really do a lot about. Well, we'll run over here with Lord Keeper Masargaka, who I forgot was an army lord, and so I took the wrong skill point on him, but whatever. Yeah, hopefully this will resolve in a way that I'm comfortable with. And I am going to, real quick here, try to figure out what would my empire plan be. We're talking about 15 turns from now, so really not, I guess probably not even worth thinking about. It'd be really easy for us to get a good empire plan, though. So let's go ahead and pull everybody off of influence. I think it is back to industry pretty much everywhere. Maybe literally everywhere. We're not ready to focus on science yet because we have science buildings yet to build. The best thing we can do right now for our ability to focus on science is to get all of these industry buildings, or all of these science buildings built. And with all of our dust income, we still need to buy some heroes. We should take a quick look at the hero marketplace. I remember, so it's every 15 turns that new heroes appear, right? So 121 was a turn where there was a group of heroes, is that right? Yeah, that should be right. Did we look through these already? We may have. Food Boost 1, Dust Efficiency 3, no traits, Science Boost 3. Yeah, we definitely looked through these already. Well, we'll hire Chief Sepper List Ajadek because Science Boost 3. And also, as a Vaulter, they do have some science stuff in their skill tree. When we move everybody over onto Science, we'll start equipping those Science accessories on all of our governors. Yeah, you definitely need to get over here. We gotta take up some defensive positions. Blue is not going to survive this war without our help, I fear. We are here. We're ready. Sort of. We're kind of ready. We're almost sort of ready. We're about to produce another Marine over there, and unfortunately we can't really build a lot of troops after this. Like, we gotta get some stuff done here. Need that, and then still have some basic doubles the effect of luxury boosters on city. Honestly, I don't know if this is worth building at this point in the game. We should probably get the canal locks up somewhere because we should use them to build the living lab tools, which means they should go in the city that has the best science production. And the capital actually does have its yeah, it's going to be Azdarcha. The capital actually does have the Imperial funding up already, so I think it's Azdarcha. So you actually should pause everything you are doing. Get your canal locks running. That'll get us through a lot of this very quickly. And the Titan Bones ran out. Can we fix that with Titan Bones from the market? There are 50 available. We are... Okay, yeah, we're a couple of turns off. It's better to just buy them. Let's just make it happen now. I don't want to wait. I don't want to do like 3 turns without them. Alright, 50% industry in all cities. Go! So our science output is going to rise pretty sharply over the next few turns. What am I going to do with these units? How are we best? Probably the best thing to do is to take them back to Azdarcha. They're not in fighting shape. I might want to reassign the hero over to here, though. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Get our hero back into a fighting position. You guys are just headed over that way. Alright, let's see what happens with the green and blue exchange here. And I have decided, by the way, I suppose I ought to say, we're going to be playing the next game on Impossible as well. It seems like Impossible is a perfectly fine challenge for us at this point. We might go back up to Endless before the end of the series. We'll see how things work out. But the community patch has improved the game difficulty enough that I think Impossible is a fine place to play for now. This army's not actually in danger. Yeah, they don't have any ships close enough to hurt us. They're kind of letting a lot of dudes... Oh no, okay, they did cause some attacks and some retreats already. Oh, city is under siege. Hard for me to imagine them successfully claiming it. Oh. Okay, well... Do I have a couple of people who could go and deal with that real quick? Yeah, let's just... I guess I'm being sieged by a minor faction army I never cleaned up. That can happen. Alright, you. I saw the siege notifier, and at first I thought it was telling me about the siege that we were looking at, and I didn't even think another thing of it. And then I was like, wait a second, I don't get notified when other players are put at siege. I have to actually respond to that. And then I was very scared. And then it turned out to be something else. We have to come over here and try to save them, right? I need them to stay strong. And also, I think they will really appreciate this. And this is the only pressure point in the whole Empire right now. Ooh, they have a Rock Guardian. I like... of all the Guardians, I think Geos is maybe my favorite. Although the Water Guardian does some cool stuff too. And water and earth are the best ones, in my opinion. Yeah, I should do this. Let's have a look at this army. Like, make sure this is a thing that can be done. We don't have our good lord here, but this lord's okay. I never did fix my chest piece. Whatever. He goes into battle bare-chested. The nudity makes, he preys on the enemy's fear. They are terrified of him. So now that we're allied, hopefully he will regard this as a positive move. I don't think... So he's still leery with us. And the major modifiers here are last war and the fact that we colonized regions near him. He hasn't shown up to... Like, our positive modifiers are not showing up here. We did engage in a battle with his enemy on his enemy's land in front of him. I was hoping that was going to curry a little bit of favor. I guess we'll see how things work out. Alright, let's potentially lose a lot of troops here. Helping. I am helping. So, these guys are pretty torn up from having to retreat a bunch of times. That helps us. Unfortunately, Chain Lightning is going to really do a number on us. And we just do not have a lot of health relative to him. The good news is his troops are corralled in a pretty tight area. So he has 2 reinforcement flags, but they have units on them for the first turn. And he's not going to be able to spread out all that much. The bad news is they go first, so I guess there's nothing I can actually do except press the button here. So this guy's going to end up in that space, almost certainly. So yes, everybody should be targeting that guy. Everybody should be targeting that guy. Okay, there we go. Not a lot of strategy to apply at this point. Oof. Ah! That guy's standing in the lava, because he can't not. Hey! That's just, like, not your target. I thought I had everybody targeting this guy. Alright, well, we get to whittle them down very slowly. Really? Nobody thought it'd be worth it to be in that space? Okay, well, that's gonna have some serious consequences. Okay, we got an actual hit there. The Chain Lightning. Yeah, but the Chain Lightning got 1 kill, which just tears our formation open. We've done some damage here, though. If we can actually kill a unit or two. No, just can't. He just can't be killed. Oh my god, 199 points of healing. Alright, well. I wish I could press auto-resolve from here. That is still a feature that I really wish existed. Because there are so many battles that, like, once you hit a certain point, they are obviously over. And it does not help anyone for you to have to sit there and watch them happen. Yep, and then they're going to heal him for... Yep, okay. And actually, we may have had some... we may have had some positive effect on our enemies here by allowing them a couple turns of healing. Well, sorry, Green, I tried. Yep, okay. That's my contribution to the war. We will never be able to help again, probably, so... Good luck. Good luck, Blue. I'm helping indirectly. Definitely need that. We definitely need... the most basic industry stuff we already have here, although lumber mill is actually not bad in this city. But probably the next thing we need is burrows. Yeah, look at all that. Look at all that industry. Possibly I could build out toward the science, I guess. Hey, there's still a lot of industry to be had in this direction as well. Okay, we have a chief sapper to hire. Oh, there's 2 of them now. Well, let's hire the one who's not exclusive. This is my science hero. And new science hero, you get to go to a place that has... I don't know, it doesn't actually matter too much. I guess there's a percentage bonus on science here, so You should go to a place where there's lots of science. Vanaran is our science capital, but it does not build stuff quite as quickly as Darcha does. Which is why I have made some of the decisions I have made. Hopefully that stuff is sensible. Oh, dude, we need an alchemy workshop still here. Some of our cities are newer than others. I forget sometimes how recently we settled Sarad. Alright. Finishing a lot of important buildings this turn. Hopefully the AI will get some good attacks off in the water this turn before these guys can make landfall, because that's, I think, going to be absolutely necessary for them. We're just going to run away and hope that Blue can get this figured out. They should definitely pull all those units out of that garrison there, because I think they're too far away to affect the city. If Green gets a foothold on this continent, we cannot beat them. The Green have 3 Guardians right now. That's not necessarily a big deal. A lot of Guardians aren't actually good, so... Okay, well, that might be the game right there. Resigo, as good as Natural Architect is, it is time to start buffing up our science production. Yeah, we are in dire straits here. It is possible that Blue will push back, but I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not super hopeful. Oh, actually, he has 2 skill points, so we can definitely pick up Blazing Ingenuity, which leads naturally directly into Inspirational Leader. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good skill line, honestly. You should probably head toward Inspirational Leader as well. Alright, in Asabel we have finished the Imperial funding. Let's get one of those, and then some of these. We definitely want to expand in the direction where all the science tiles are. You have all your basic stuff. Let's just start leveling up districts then. Yep, more burrows. We have two good anomalies to expand into immediately, which is going to be pretty great in that city. And in Edino, we are short titanium. Well, we have a lot of other good stuff to build here. Let's just build out. We'll get that alchemy lab up next turn. Right, you want to merge up with those guys and then teleport down toward the front. Yeah, man. A Vaulter Force with holy weapons backed up by Serum of Ateru is really something. It does seem like the AI Kapaku, like, they garrison up their golem camps really big, and then they never take the units out under any circumstances. It seems like an AI issue. They should definitely have pulled the units out of that golem camp and used them to attack the siegers, right? Come on, Blue, fight back. I mean, I can provide a little bit of force, but I have to be very careful how I apply it so that I don't actually just heal the enemy. Yeah, I have a hard time believing Blue's going to be able to push Green out now, though. If they could have stopped Green from getting a city, that would be one thing, but Green almost certainly has their Holy Resource booster running, right? Why wouldn't you at this point in the game? So, they're going to be able to teleport an arbitrary number of armies onto our soil now, which means that Blue's going to lose their ability to kill them coming across the strait. Oh, I was not supposed to be trying to build cryometric monitors here. I forgot they were even in the queue. Production line finishes pretty early. Like, do I even want it? Also, they're actually threatening my territory now. And interestingly, ignoring Blue's army... Okay, there they go. they realized what was happening, and they turned... Nope. Coming after me. Yep, just absolutely no interest in Blue. That bodes ill for us. Alright, so... You might expect that we would get a huge science skill somewhere as Vaulters, but they really don't. So I think we might actually want to take all 3 levels of Alchemical Genius and then head toward Inspirational Leader. Or, you know what? The points of Inspirational Leader are so valuable. Let's just go directly there. I definitely want to finish that. Yeah, these Kekators are actually, when you can get them up to 199 damage, they're actually pretty good. Okay, Manavin. Let's see, we're 2 turns off of Scientific Specialization being available. Living Lab Tools and the Climatology Guild are both great. But we'll only be able to build 1 of each. So this might be the turn that we turn a lot of our cities towards science output, because we've finished our alchemy labs in a lot of places. I think it makes sense to just start filling around our existing districts. Oh, you know, I haven't been checking in on that. I haven't been checking in on Blue's Wonder Victory. How that progress is going. Feels to me like it might end up not mattering. Where is the burrow? Here we go. Just level stuff up. Leveled up burrows are worth extra science, and also I want to be careful not to push too much past my approval threshold, right? We're not actually going to be able to maintain all of these boosters forever. Some of them were things that there were pretty limited quantities of on the market. So we have to plan to maybe have to actually maintain our approval levels at some point. Is there an anomaly that we're building toward over here? There is, kind of. Okay, let's talk about the threat that a green Rothald poses to my empire. Actually, let's also check in on Blue. Blue is at 9% of their Wonder Victory. That is slow. Green hit their second victory tech at some point. You know, I'm thinking now that this game might be over, because Blue's not going to build their wonder fast enough to stop Green from taking them over. Man, the crazy thing is Green got this huge and powerful, I think pretty much by themselves, right? Pink ate red. It wasn't Green taking red over, but did Green actually just get all of this? Like, what was purple? Jagarak and Madanev? So Green got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, probably in the neighborhood of 12 or 13 regions all to themselves. That's weird. Purple, Alayi usually expand more than that. Maybe they did. Maybe some of the stuff that we saw as Green by the time we met Green was purple originally. They had a war and then they ended up breaking it off, and then they went back to war later. That certainly makes sense with the level of power we're seeing from Green here, but basically we were just too slow to interfere with Green. So, this army is probably capable of destroying my entire empire by itself. With the Kekators around, we'd be hard-pressed to do damage to them faster than they can heal. It really is going to be all about whether or not Blue can interrupt them. And I mean, Blue's troops are okay, but like, look at the life disparity. These Stone Sentinels, which are supposed to be tough, have 444 health. A Marine, which, as we all know, is not a particularly tough unit, their Marines have 808 health with 185 defense. Yeah, this might not be winnable. We're gonna play it out to the end of the video, I think, and see if anything changes. But as it stands right now, I think we're going to be starting a new game next episode. So let me know in the comments what factions you would like to see. We're done with the Vaulters. We did Vaulter stuff. We'll maybe come back and get an actual victory with them at the very end of the series. Or maybe not, honestly, because we kind of had a victory. But basically, I just want to move on and play somebody else at this point. So, yeah, votes. Let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. What do we do with Petrov Judith's army? I kind of can't threaten green. I mean, they have no garrison in Rothald. You know what we have to do is we have to try to keep this army in a place where we can attack Rothald if they move that army away. That doesn't answer the question of what do I do with Petrov Judith's army, except that maybe Petrov Judith joins up with that army? Yeah, okay. They'll be faster in the water if I do this. Okay, so we'll merge up. This will give these guys extra movement points. There are some green fire ships over here. In theory, there are, 15, 19 vessels in these fortresses that could come out and immediately kill those things, but my suspicion is they'll just sit here in the fortresses forever. The AI is not expelling its units from its garrison areas fast enough. So you have 4 movement. We had to move this army fast at the beginning of the turn here. We gotta merge up and then head down the coast so that we don't get fire shipped, because those fire ships will absolutely ignore blue to attack me. The AI hates the player. We maybe need to see if we can get peace with green, actually, because this army is going to get a very important city if we don't. I'm hoping they won't get it this turn, due to... Oh, that was all of my movement to merge those 2 armies together. That shouldn't be. Right, because we should have had 5 and they had 3. Huh. Okay, well... Yeah, that really shouldn't... That shouldn't have taken all my movement. And Astartes getting attacked... Out of curiosity, would green have been amenable to a truce in any sort, in any way? If I gave you, actually, we don't know that this is necessarily having a positive effect since we can't see their stuff here. Yeah, there's no way. Okay, well, I'm comfortable just scooping out at this point. Like, the loss of Astartes makes it impossible for us to win the science victory, and blue is clearly not actually going to fight green. Like, this city is undefended. Now, if blue had any interest in it, they could just take it. Treat. Some of you survive. It's weird, because, like, the amount of movement that an army has is supposed to be the amount of movement that the unit with the least movement in the army has. We had a bunch of guys sitting here who had 3 move. And then we had a bunch of guys sitting here who had 5 move. We moved those guys who had 5 move into a space that cost 3 move to enter, so this army should still have 2 movement points left. It's a bunch of units with 2 points and a bunch of units with 3 points. I'm not sure why we don't have any movement. But yeah, like this, obviously we can't fight that. We could maybe retake Asdarcha if their army keeps pushing. We could probably take Rothald here since blue has no interest in doing it. This army hasn't moved this turn, have they? Oh, no, they have. They had armies down here. I guess those armies must have gotten in the water or something? I don't know. Okay, but blue took Asdarcha back at least. Blue could maybe win. I don't know. I doubt it. But if blue won a wonder victory, that would be like we sort of helped. I noticed pink's score rising sharply. What is causing that? Pink is arming up at least. Has pink taken any territory from green? No, not that we can see. Maybe, but not that we can see. Yeah, I don't know. We certainly would not win this game. It is possible that blue would win this game and drag us with them, and that would be neat. It is much more likely that green would win the game, but I am comfortable at this point tapping out. So, it's been a depressing few games. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. I'm thinking this might be a good time to go Alayi, though. I'm not saying that I think we will definitely win with Alayi. I think they are a challenge in a lot of interesting ways, but they are my favorite faction, and I was saving them for a moment much like this one, where I was feeling pretty down and in the dumps. So, unless there is some overwhelming consensus otherwise, come back tomorrow, we might be starting a game on Impossible as the Alayi. And we'll see you then.